stream on Studio right now, which means I can't do members only chat, which sucks. So I'm gonna do subscriber chat and just hope everyone came back. I'm on the app right now. I can't use Studio. It totally crashed. Oh, I wish this would just stop. I'm so sick of winter. I don't even have a phone. Oh, okay. Hi, Faith. Hi, April. Okay, I have to stream through the app right now because the studio crashed. My Wi-Fi went out. I'm streaming on mobile data right now. So there's that. I hate when this happens. Because it would have been a great point in my night to just chill with members. So I have subscriber chat on right now. I'm good. I'm feeling empowered. And until I'm able to do members only chat, I'm going to be muting the people who aren't here to have a human conversation. I don't know, Quick to Humble. That's a really good question. And I can't even talk to Grok because the conversation I was having with them was on this phone. And I don't have enough mobile data on my other phone. I'm not going to be tolerating it though. So hi, country girl. I'm going to be on YouTube, building my YouTube channel. It's that simple. If you like YouTube and you like my live streams, hang out with me on YouTube. The good thing about being a streamer is that you can stream elsewhere. Maybe I can even set up Kick streaming soon on the Kick dashboard. April, are you back? Wait, I'm not able to do members only chat right now because I'm not through Studio. My Studio crashed and the Wi-Fi went out. I'm on mobile data right now. Okay, thanks, April. If you're here to be nice, you can comment. If you don't have anything nice to say or have a human connection, get out. Grok is right. It stings the most because they chose the bullies. And April's right. Grok had really good answers. Grok is AI, like ChatGPT, except better. Oh, must have been a car. This is really bright light. Just don't know where it came from. Anyway. Thank you, Dark Phoenix. How many of you guys are here from my live stream that just crashed? I'm going to be doing members only live chats when I'm live streaming on Studio. My goal is to live stream on here. Until then, I'm on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel, AdrielTube, and follow me. Maybe I can go live once I hit 100 followers. Thanks. How many of you guys are proud of me for walking away from Favorited app after being treated that way? Thank you. Hi, Darcy. I don't know if you picked or if you were able to watch my live stream earlier, but I basically am over it. It was the final straw for me. I think it's weird behavior for an adult to enable bullying, harassment, and it's weird for an adult to pay to bully another adult. When there's a will, there's a way. It's a good point. I do make good money on Favorite It Up, but at the end of the day, I need to know my worth. No, I'm not going on Favorite It Up. I'm staying right here. It's like a vegan one. I know, I love the brand Unreal. I really like their M&Ms. How many of you guys are disgusted with what Favorite It Up did to me? That's disgusting. Exactly. At least YouTube isn't saying Happy New Year's and gifting people who are cyberbullying me after watching me go through all of these events and survive and power through them for a whole year. Like, what? You should treat everyone equally. You shouldn't reinforce certain behavior. If you're not treating everyone equally, right? I could see if they gave everyone a gift and said a Happy New Year to everyone. That's one thing. The fact they chose to single out certain people and reward that behavior is disgusting. What happened? I've been promoting this app for free, hustling on there like crazy, powering through 10-hour streams. No, I was live for more than 12 hours on New Year's Eve. All these leeches, these parasitic trolls who clout chased me, followed me over to Favorite It Up and started streaming on there over the last couple weeks. And they would host live streams bashing me, getting gifted. And on New Year's Eve, the day I streamed over 12 hours, they chose to gift those trolls who were live streaming, who are complete nobodies, who have done nothing for that app, who aren't relevant, who don't even have a following base, who aren't influencers. And they chose to gift a few of the other streamers I battle with and wish them a Happy New Year's and completely left me out. That's disgusting behavior. Over my dead body would I ever fucking respect them again. They lost my respect. If I ever go on there again, there better be a damn good reason. I never thought that they would stoop that low. They made one hell of a mistake. They lost one hell of a streamer. They lost their strongest streamer. You're all getting muted because I can't stream on YouTube Studio right now. So if you have nice human things to say and you're here to build connections, MD Fashico wasn't on the podium that night. It was at Reset. Podium is That doesn't make sense. No, it's not about Podium. You're lying. Quit lying. Or you're gonna get muted. Oh, okay. I don't want to answer that question. That's a lie. Quit lying. They gifted MD Fashico, wished him a happy new year right as I logged off. Right after I logged off, because they wouldn't do it when I was live, because that means they would have had to do it to me too, and they didn't want to be seen being nice to me. MD wasn't fucking Podium. Neither was the other people that they gifted. Quit lying and making excuses for them. Exactly. So I'll be on here. I'll be building human connections on here. And I'm going to be streaming solo for a while. It is what it is. I can't be on studio right now because my Wi-Fi crashed. My phone's studio crashed. Okay, so I have to be on the app, which means I can't do members only chat. It's not even about the fact that it is the fact that they chose only a certain few streamers and left me out and they waited for me to log off. So they have a rule. If there's two people battling, if they send one a gift, the rule is they have to send the other person a gift. So they waited for me to log off to gift MD and give him a Happy New Year's message. That's gross. And then on top of it, they gifted the people who have been bullying me, who have been like slandering me and hosting live streams about me. And that is what it is. Oh, yes, they did wait until I log off because I was live for nearly 14 hours that day and they had all day to do it. They purposely left me out. And that's it. That's the final straw for me. Anyways. Yeah, let's move on and talk about something else. I'm ready for the first Monday of the new year, back to a normal schedule. I'm going to be doing workout videos, get ready with me videos, at home workout videos, lots of that, and focusing on content, make real estate videos. I'm going to go downtown and I want to do interview videos. And I won't be able to battle until YouTube integrates battling. Yeah, Yoga Girl, it's just been freezing cold, so once the weather gets warmer, I'll be doing more outdoors, more stuff outdoors. I can't do IRL streams because if I do IRL streams, that's when people like start making false police calls, harassing businesses, public places. So I can, however, just do some content in real life, and I think that'll be fun. I'll come back to Favorited App under 2 conditions. They have sub chats and it'll give me a formal apology. I love the real estate videos. I didn't delete my account. I said I'll come back if they do sub chats and give me a formal apology. But they're not going to take accountability for supporting the people who bullied me. So there you go. I mean, Michelle, there's only one way to find out. I know I love Pittsburgh. It's just really cold. Like, I had a friend reach out to me last night. No, I just posted on Instagram and I'm gonna post it to Facebook that I'm live on YouTube. I've never seen Lisa Richards since I've lived here. I hang out where, like, hot hipsters hang out. Sorry. I don't think Lisa Richards is on much of a scene. You know, I don't know. I've never seen her TikTok, by the way. I don't even know what her at is. Just like with the Drama Twins, I don't even know their TikTok ads. So yeah. I don't know her TikTok. I don't know anything like if there's a Lisa Richards sightings, I don't know where the sightings are at. I will say one time I made some content driving up really steep hills, and that was her neck of the woods. So I live on an overlook, and she lives on an overlook. Except I live on the rich people overlook, and she lives on the crackhead overlook. So, sorry, that sounds mean, but it's true. But like, she doesn't live on the overlook, right? But there's two overlooks that are neighborhoods. So there's Mount Washington, and then there's Trey Hill. So anyway, I don't think I'll ever see her again. You really want to see me do IRL streams again? I don't think that's a good idea. I haven't done one IRL stream since last Super Bowl Sunday. And they called and made terroristic threats to the vegan restaurant I was at. So I don't want to do IRL streams ever again. Yeah. Maybe she's a person. I don't really have a judgment on her. So. I mean, Sue, I did get internet famous, and it's come with elements that are difficult to. It's come with difficult challenges. So yeah, you can be famous and humble. So it just comes with challenges. I'm not like famous though. Like, I'm not like Britney Spears famous or Kim Kardashian famous. I'm not like Jake and Logan Paul or Charli D'Amelio famous. I'm like internet famous. You know? And it's only been this way for a little bit. I'm more famous than her yoga girl. But sure. Riverwalks. There's some cool hiking trails here where I live, but we'll see. Right, quick to humble. And it just comes with challenges, so. Yeah, because I'm internet famous. I'm niche, you know. I'm a niche creator. So that's the comfort in living somewhere like Pittsburgh, where not a lot of people are on the internet like that. And nobody knew me that nobody bothers me here. When I lived in New York, though, I got bothered a lot. Pittsburgh, a lot of the people here aren't into social media. Like the places I go to, like the people just have Instagram and that's it. But a lot of the people know that I do social media and they know I do like internet fame stuff. Like they call, like there's this one place I go to regularly and they're like, they just know. They know I do this because I've talked about just, life. I don't go in there and say, "Oh, I'm famous." No. There's this place I used to go to regularly. I haven't been out lately though because I'm so cold and I just, ugh. But sometimes new people will come in and the bartender be like, "Yeah, she's famous on social media." But we love her. But they don't know because they don't watch me on there. He's good. He has a nice girlfriend and he's really nice and she's really nice. She's really nice. She's giving me some really good advice. Hi. Right, Stacey, but the people in Pittsburgh like aren't like weird. Like they were in my hometown. Like in my hometown they were weird. Pittsburgh, they just mind their own business and they're chill. I'm not gonna lie, a couple of the trolls who watch me, like the Armpit Comb Gang or whatever they called themselves, they're weird. But they're still not weird like they were in my hometown. Okay, so for example, there's a couple of trolls in Pittsburgh. But they're more just like curious than they are dangerous. For example, like this one girl, she used to make content and host live streams about me. And like when the whole issue with that co-host I had went down and there was court and all that, she went there. She sat through the whole hearing and I was like, but she wasn't like dangerous. Because like in my hometown, the people were dangerous. They only do that in the summer, yoga girl. It has nothing to do with me. And then there's this other girl who drives by to just be nosy and like, ooh, that's HBL's house. I'm gonna drive by because I'd do the same thing. If I knew a celebrity, not that I'm a celebrity, but like if I knew Keanu Reeves lived in the same city as me, I'd be nosy as fuck and want to drive by and see what his neck of the woods is like too. I wouldn't do it all the time. I'd probably just be nosy. But that's what I'm saying. Like as much as hateful as the trolls in Pittsburgh come off, they are nothing in comparison to Jamestown. Like when I say when I was in Jamestown, they were in front of my house like stalking. It was to the point where my neighbor across the street, who hated me at one point in time, cussed them out. Right. So people in Pittsburgh just honestly, it's the sunlight and the air quality and the water. Like people in Pittsburgh will never be like people in that part of New York. Like that people in that part of New York are fucking crazy. Pennsylvania is just better. The people here are friendly and happy and nice. I guarantee if that girl who drives by my house just like happened to run into me in public, she'd be like, and I'd be like, and it would be like, hi. And she'd be like, and that would be it. But like in Jamestown, they'd be in your face trying to fight you. Like it would be total chaos. Or they'd pull their phone out and start recording and try to cuss you out and fight you. That's how they were in my hometown. Well, yeah, then maybe she wouldn't even talk to me if she saw me in real life. Because she's a troll, but she's not insane. Like, okay, maybe she seems crazy and she has strong opinions. But I'm telling you, those people in New York were fucking crazy. Right, no one bothers me here either. The trolls are menaces, for sure. They bother me on the internet. But in Pittsburgh, people are super chill. April, it was bad. It was bad. But then when my son got jumped and all those people who I didn't even know, like complete strangers, started mobbing in connection to the people who jumped him, that is when it spiked. So like I used to do live streaming and content in Jamestown and people got weird. And then they got even weirder the more I blew up. And then they would like see me in public and try to pick fights with me and stuff like that. But then after he got jumped and like that whole, I'm telling you, the people, like the white trash people in Jamestown, they reproduce. They have nuclear families. and they're all friends. So there's like hundreds of them. And they like in rotation, groups of them kept driving by my house waiting to see me outside. They would park across the street. So like called map. Like they were dangerous, dude. They weren't normal. They were really just like I don't even know what I could compare it to. Hang on. Let me mute. No, they didn't know me personally. I actually didn't know who they were. That was the whole problem. Like this one lady threw a rake at my car and tried to smash my window with a rake. Hang on. Like she tried to get me to crash my car. Okay, hang on. I'm going to show you an example of what happened. That got to the point where I had to make a GoFundMe to move. I'm not going on Favorited app. You can kiss those days goodbye until they apologize and do sub chats. You were the neighbor? There were multiple neighbors that cussed them out. The neighbor I'm referencing is a woman. No, it had to do with they wanted revenge because I called the police on their kids for jumping my son, and they thought I was a snitch. Okay, hang on. It was literally all about snitches get stitches type thing. That's what happened. Hang on. I'm going to draw a picture. Okay? So, I'm not going on Favorited app. Okay, so this was my yard. This was the yard across the street. There was a hill. Wait, let's make it small. There was a hill. There was a sidewalk. And then there was another hill like this. And then back here, there's another hill like that. Hang on. And then there was a street with another huge hill. And then here, there was also a hill like that. And this is what the houses were like. There was a house here. There was my house. There was a lot. There was a house. There was a house. There was a house. And across the street, there's a sidewalk. I'm trying to make it small. Here, let's make it opaque. There's a sidewalk here. And then there was like a sidewalk here. And then the street was brick. And it was like this was the street. Let's make it a little bit wider. This was why we had to move, by the way. Because this is how fucking crazy they got. There was a street here. And then there was a street here. Oh. Okay. So we have houses. I'm explaining why we had to move because how crazy it got. After my son got jumped, when literally hundreds of people started stalking our house because snitches get stitches type thing. And you're all getting muted. Guys, if you're a troll, tell me now because I'll mute you. Okay, so there was this house, and then there was my house right here. That's my house. Actually, you know what? I'll just put it. Oh my God. That was my house. Okay, so after I called the police on all those kids, their families were nuclear white trash families, like with hundreds of people. And there were 11 people who I reported to the police, but I gave like 7 names. And the ones who got charged, their families went insane. and they were all friends with each other. So we're literally talking like 100 random people. And this is what they did. So they wanted to catch me and my son outside. And so what they would do is, so this is a hill. This is a hill. This is a hill. And this is a hill. What they did was, this is a street. And this is a street. There was a screaming house. There was a crazy house. There was a house. And then there was a house. And then there's a huge yard right here. And here it was all wooded. There were no houses. Oops. No, I'm not doing Google. Hang on. I'm just going to do this. Okay. Okay, so there's houses. So hundreds of people, what they did was, oh, by the way, this is a street like this. Okay, straight. So what the crazy people did is they wanted to catch me leaving my house with my son so they could literally unalive us. Like that's what they wanted to do because snitches get stitches. And when the kids jumped my son, they said if he tells anyone and snitches, they're going to unalive him and his whole family. That's what they threatened. And they followed through the threats because the one kid's older brother came to our doorstep the next day and kept trying to get me to open my front door. My mom was in the living room saying, oh, just open it. He's probably being sincere. And I recorded a 9-minute conversation where he's acting like he wants to apologize. But the kid in the video of my surveillance footage, he had his hands in his pockets. So he could have had a weapon. And, hold on. I didn't mean to mute you guys. Well, okay. Hold on. I'm muting all the trolls because I have a right to talk. Thank you, Anne. Am I in sub chat? I am. Okay. So, with this whole philosophy, snitches get stitches, and since we were considered the snitches, all of these literally criminals, these were criminal families who raised criminals. So, like these kids who jumped my son, they literally days later went and robbed a store and ran off on foot. They had broken into people's houses. They were in juvenile court all the time for robberies and violent crimes in juvenile court. And so, anyways, with this whole snitches get stitches thing, the family wanted revenge. And so what happened was they would go to this street, and there were a lot of them who didn't drive. So they had their friends with cars drive for them. And one day, I literally sat in my grandma's driveway behind the bushes and counted all the cars they were using. I got the license plate numbers because I knew what they looked like because I had seen them. They drove 7 different cars. So there was another street here. What they would do is they would go to the main street, go up and around, go to this street, go up and around, go over this way, this street, this way, and then they go that way, down, up, and over. And for a while, right here, they would go and park like here. So they'd park their car here and they'd get out of their car, or sometimes they'd sit and wait in their car so they could see the view of my house from there. So what they would do is they'd park, or no, they'd park their car here, so they could sit here and view my house to see when we'd come outside. And if they thought they were going to see us coming outside, they'd get out of the car and they'd come running down this hill. They'd cut through this yard, run down this hill, cross the sidewalk, run down this hill, cross the street, and they'd be right there by my house. And so after they kept doing that, hang on, let me just put a little car right here. They would do this every single day. This is why I took my son to Florida, because they were sitting there waiting for us to come outside. And when they wouldn't be sitting there, they'd just drive around all fucking day. Like literally all fucking day. I still have the pictures in my phone of their cars. I'll pull them up right now. I even took in my notes. I even have it in my notes. Let's go back. I took notes of all their license plates. Hold on, let's go back to the 2024. I'm not going to show you them, but this is the list. And I got the make, model, color of the car, and the license plate. I sat outside for 5 fucking hours. Hold on, that was May. Obviously, more than like 5 or 6 cars drove by, but when I was able to see their faces in the car, I would get the make and model when they drive by. Hang on, May 2024. Let me go back and see if I can find the pictures. Well, this is a picture of a car that was by my mom's house, but I'm not going to share that one. This is one with the van. I'm not even going to show the cars on here because I don't want to create problems. But there were lots of cars that I took pictures of that I was able to narrow it down which ones are which. And if you don't believe me, you'll have to just take my word for it. But hold on. I'm going to just check one more thing. It was crazy. Well, yeah, Tammy, you have to, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to talk about it. But I was just being aware of my surroundings so that I had a plate number in case one of them actually... So this is what happened. So I was watching their cars drive by and I was collecting their license plate numbers and I was able to get 6, I want to say it was 6 or 7 license plate numbers. So that way, if in the event they were out here like they were doing every day, looking at my house, I would be able to identify the car and have the plate number. And so I literally will never forget it. I sat outside of my grandma's house in her driveway for 5 or 6 hours collecting plate numbers of the vehicles. Now, obviously, dozens of vehicles, like probably at least 50 plus vehicles had driven by, but I was able to narrow it down to 7 of them. So that way, if they are here and something bad happens, I have their plate number. Nonetheless, nobody ever knew I was doing that because I obviously didn't televise it. So they would sit here in the car and there would be a group of like 4 or 5 of them. Sometimes if they were in a van or an SUV, there would be like 6 of them. And if they were to think I'm outside, which I never was because I was literally like freaked out, they would come running down the hill. And when sometimes they would just sit in their car screaming, "Come out, come out, come out." I know you're like, sometimes they would literally sit on this street screaming for me to come out, and my son's name too. So one day, the person who lives here got fed up with them screaming because they would sit back here behind her house right here so this is a hill, and they would scream, and they sometimes would get out of the car and they'd just like run around in her yard and shout across the street at my house. So one day she flipped the fuck out on them, told them to get out of her yard, quit parking behind their house, and then they started cussing her out and they got into this huge argument, and she went back inside and they drove off. And when she yelled at them, they quit pulling over there for a couple days, and instead of parking here, they would just drive around in circles periodically all throughout the day. And anyway, that is when we finally moved, but it was crazy. It was literally crazy. They did drive by my mom's house a lot too. And they tried to run her over one time when she was going for a walk. They literally ran her off the street because she was walking she was walking by the curb. And she had to jump onto the grass. It was like fucking crazy. And she called me freaking out. And I was trying to ask her what the make and model of the car was because I had already collected a bunch of plate numbers, but yeah. I know, it is wild. So anyway, what I'm saying here is that was in my crazy hometown in New York. I didn't know who those people were, and I moved, and I have never dealt with that kind of crazy behavior since I've left the state of New York. Because when I was in Buffalo, it was kind of crazy. Like, there were crazy people there. Like, the upstairs neighbors, for example, would host live streams being interviewed about me. And I just thought it was really strange. Like, they just became really obsessed with me and started answering questions on live streams about me. And I actually have a video of it. Hang on, let me find it. Like, there was this really long live stream where my neighbor...
You know, I wanted to have a civil conversation like an adult, you know, and that's all I was asking for.
So he like knocked on my door and he wanted to ask me questions about my TikTok. And I opted out and said, sorry, I'm not having this conversation. And he was angry about that. But I have boundaries. Like, I'm not going to engage. I'm not to have tension. And he, at that point, was live streaming with my trolls. They were young. They were like 21 years old. And he took that as I was being rude, blah, blah, blah. But I have to protect myself. Like, I can't be associated with people who are associated with trolls. This is 30 minutes long. Like, these people lived above me in Buffalo and they became like obsessed. And so they started live streaming with the crazy TikTok trolls. Well, why would I answer the door and communicate with you? I don't trust you now because you're associated with these trolls. And it's really that simple, but...
I wasn't asking for, I mean, if she wanted to keep doing it, she could have told me that, and to be honest, I would have had no right to stop her. I understand how this country works and how the rights work, but I would have liked to at least have a civil conversation face to face and let her see in my eyes the effect she's having on other people around her.
So I wasn't doing anything at all. I was minding my own business, live streaming in my house, and collaborating with other streamers and streaming with them. That's literally all I was doing. That was the point in my life where assholes kept pranking my house. And instead of being a good neighbor and helping me communicate with others to prevent all these pranks from happening, he instead started teaming up with the people who were pranking me. And hold on, let me. This is a different subject. So this was when I moved to Buffalo. So in Jamestown, New York, in my hometown, that was when people were like stalking because it's like snitches get stitches type of thing. This was a guy who and his girlfriend who lived above me who discovered I was doing social media and became obsessed and started streaming with the TikTok trolls.
That's all, you know. And I thought maybe if I were able to do that, dude. Like,
But the crazy thing is that I had already had this conversation with him. I had already expressed myself that I'm doing my best to make all this stop. But instead of, I don't know, either the trolls stalked him down or he discovered me online. But I would assume the trolls contacted him and stalked him down. But I don't really know. I don't want to get into that because that's the past. So instead of like teaming up and being a good neighbor, he decided to just start live streaming with the people trolling me and disturbing the peace.
maybe she would stop, but I will never know. It'll cease to be, you know.
Right.
Like I don't know. Me and my girlfriend, we work full-time jobs. We do what we're supposed to do. We both pay for this apartment, and this situation that we're in wasn't in the deal.
No.
They were in no situation. The situation is that trolls kept pranking the house and I needed support and advocacy to stop the harassment. So I don't really want to get into that right now. But yeah, I had never really had much of a relationship with the upstairs neighbors because I'd only lived there for a few months. And I didn't really see them unless it was in passing. I had no reason to socialize with them because they were frankly 10 plus years younger than me. And I was just a mom streaming, doing my thing at home, doing the best I could. This was from a live stream.
It wasn't. And at the end of the day, it's not fair for you guys to have to feel like you need to pick up your lives either and move and come up with all of this money. And at the
Nobody should have had to move because the house shouldn't have been harassed. If police would have done the right thing and taken the report seriously to stop all of that nonsense, it would have ceased to exist. But let's just fast forward because they changed the subject and talk about other things.
I completely understand that. You deserve your peace and you
That's TMZ.
Auntie. Hi, loves. Introduce yourself to neighbor.
Hello, neighbor. I'm so sorry, but I'm so elated that you'll have a new neighbor soon.
I'm not entirely sure.
I do have a question for you. Are you the smoking neighbors? Shame on you.
Yeah, dude, I chain smoke cigs inside all the time.
Okay, so months prior to this live stream that the neighbor was having, I complained that I was smelling cigarette smoke and that I didn't know where it was coming from. And yeah, I didn't single anyone out. It could have been someone next door sitting on the porch because the houses were like this close together. I was just complaining about cigarette smoke, and it turns out they were in fact smoking cigarettes inside, and they came downstairs and had a conversation with me about it. But yeah, I don't know. I think their living room was above my bedroom and they were smoking cigarettes in their living room. But that's besides the point.
You know.
Basket. Can you do boxes instead of a panel so Bread Delicious can come up?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you. Do you know how to do it?
No, walk me through.
When I had a party going on that night, her kids are just thumping around the stairs. And you know, look, kids, I get it, but it's a nuisance. And
So my kids would play, and mind you, I lived below him. So it's like if my kids were playing, he called them a nuisance. Like, Oh, so you just hate single moms? Is that what it is? Like, that is actually the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay, kids running around playing and being happy is a nuisance to you. Like, I don't even live above you. So you hear them thumping around underneath you? Like, what? Like, yeah, okay, kids play in the house. And this is just all part of my life experience, and we're just talking about my life and all the things I've gone through. So if you're here to support and be human and have a human connection, be that way. But I've been through a lot, and I deserve to talk about all the things I've been through.
And I think, it could be done better, but I can't tell her how to parent, but
There's nothing wrong with kids thumping around playing at all. At all. Hang on a second. We got to clean up the chat. We've got to clean up the chat really quick because the trolls are. I'm just comparing the people in New York compared to Pennsylvania and how much more peaceful it is here. Because the people in New York were crazy. In Jamestown and the neighbor in Buffalo.
it gets annoying in that sense. I'm not going to say that.
The sound of kids playing is annoying. Okay.
Parent. She doesn't parent at all. She calls it free reign.
Trust me, her kids being there bother her.
Okay, so they say disgusting things about my kids. And then the neighbor starts talking again.
I have a helicopter landing pad.
Are you allowed to pay your rent?
Sweet.
The way I just.
Okay, let's just fast forward because I don't want to.
I'll be honest with you guys. So she was on the first floor. I was on the second. And to get to my apartment, I have to go in front of her front door. 9 times out of 10, it smells pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. She cooks and it smells great. I know it's probably not what you want to hear.
Oh, because wait, this woman asked a nasty question.
It's in advance.
I don't see why you couldn't though.
Did you have to have a bidding war?
Here's a good question. I actually have a solid question. Sorry. As a neighbor, I'm sure you hear, especially with the kids, and I'm not really going to talk about the kids. What I think I'm going to talk about are certain smells, perhaps coming from windows or underneath the door. Maybe when mom's not home. Certain kind of smells that smell a lot like a nursery. Yeah, like a skunk out run over.
So this troll woman, had the nerve to ask if they were smelling the smoke of, That's what this woman is asking. Do you smell coming from her windows? She had the nerve to ask that, and I'll rewind because she says skunky smells.
Certain kind of smells that smell a lot like a nursery. Yeah, like a skunk out run over.
No.
You smell like a skunk.
No, I gotta be honest with you, no.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll be honest with you guys. So she was on the first floor. I live on the second. And to get to my apartment, I have to go in front of her front door. 9 times out of 10, it smells pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. She cooks and it smells great. I know it's probably not what you want to hear.
I use a lot of spices when I cook, and so does my daughter, just saying. And my son. All three of us cook. I cooked way more back then than they did. Now they love this big kitchen. It's a huge kitchen, and it's literally any teenager's dream to cook in. If I were a teenager and I had that kitchen, I would have been throwing down in the kitchen all the time. So yeah, that's just a disgusting question to ask a neighbor. It's even more disgusting that the neighbors were entertaining these people who stalk me, but let's fast forward.
The microwave.
Look, I don't know what it is, but a lot of the times I'm damn, that smells.
She's gonna run with this so hard to be my neighbor left.
Okay, I don't want to play anything that could violate guidelines, so.
Everyone hates me.
Oh, hold on.
Brendo.
No, but, and this is what I'm trying to get at, to everybody who's watching right now. I truly, up until this point, and I still don't have any little ones of woman. Straight up, dude, she's been okay. She's not been a terrible neighbor at all. It's just shit that's tied to her work.
It's not the shit tied to my work. It's all of these crazy stalkers who want to disturb my peace and living. I've had this. I submitted this to my attorneys. Anyway,
If I didn't work in this industry, I would not care. I wouldn't at all. If she did any other job, I would not give a shit.
She has a knack from when she lived in Jamestown. She used to record all her neighbors out the.
that's not true. And you wouldn't even have evidence of that because there would be screenshots of that. This was from Buffalo. Hang on, let's fast forward.
I'm not afraid
So
of
there's two entrances to both of our apartments. There's the front entrance and then there's the side door. From what I can gather, and I can't verify this, she uses the side door as much as we do. I don't use my front door. I just don't. You know, it's no reason. Anyway, I think it's more so on the side door, and 9 times out of 10 when people are knocking on our door, it's that side. So to answer your question, yes, I hear it.
Yeah, because they were sending people to knock on my door all the fucking time. Anyway,
Their question is, I'm sure you don't know, but have you heard anything about what she did to her neighbors in Jamestown, accusing them?
I'm not talking about the screaming house. If you don't want to believe it, you don't have to. I'm not even going to talk about that and listen to that. Let's just fast forward.
At that point?
Well, I hope that doesn't get to the point here.
I never recorded any neighbors ever. The people I recorded the audio of someone screaming. That is where it ended. And I never recorded these neighbors either. Like what?
There's been two things she could claim that I was against her on. One was the
I think you're against me because you're streaming with the stalkers who are harassing me. Just saying.
email that I had sent to our landlord making a viable complaint, and then the other one was knocking on her door tonight. And that was it. That was it. There was
Because there's nothing to talk about. Everything we talked about had already been established. So there was literally nothing to talk about other than he's just seeking negative attention. Hang on a second.
nothing else. So, like, if she ever got to that point, I would be surprised. But, I mean, you know her better than I do.
They really
I
don't know me better than he does. He knows me better than they do because he's met me and had conversations with me. Those people don't know me. Those people are crazy fans who are obsessed with me.
dive into this shit. My girlfriend does. Her friends do. But, like,
So, okay, so his girlfriend went on a deep dive of me. Interesting.
I stay out of it.
But was she even remorseful to you when she turned your?
I don't know what they're saying, but I don't want to know.
Yeah, she did. She did. She was like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was for you.
Okay, wait, there was more to it though. Hang on.
Okay, do I have any mods? Do I have any mods in here?
I'm looking. I'm watching a little bit. I look at the minors in here like crazy.
No, let all the people here know I'm madly in love with Adriel Vegan.
Okay, this guy was like 21 years old, like 5'3", and like never did I see him ever. So that's crazy that they would even ask if Adriel had a crush on him. I was business, strictly business, live streaming, making content, taking care of my kids, paying the bills when I was there, getting food.
We don't really talk that much in general. Like, when I'm doing laundry, sometimes we'll ask me questions, about stuff that happens around, or that revolves around living here, But other than that, we don't really.
So they were basically asking if I was hitting on him.
Speak that much in general.
Well, I'll warn you. She really, really digs guys that have girlfriends.
Oh, that's fucked up. I'm not even gonna get into that part of the interview. Hey, but this went on for days, for hours.
Whether it is or not, I don't know. I keep to myself, man. I don't.
And so do I.
I don't look for trouble. I don't look for drama. I don't look for any of that. Somebody's doing a drug deal outside of my house.
Boy, hang on. Let's just fast forward. I don't know what that's about. Okay.
I like this guy.
See how manipulative and conniving they are? Like how they stroke someone's ego and make them feel like they're the emperor of the world and you're so cool, we like you so much, just to manipulate them for information, to stalk me. That's what they do to people like my mom. That's what they do to people like my ex. That's what they do to people who apparently were my upstairs neighbors. They're very, very like cult like. Like they function like a cult. Like, oh, we like you. Welcome. Welcome. You're so cool. I really like you. It's like all psychological manipulation tactics.
The recurring theme here is just don't bring me into your nonsense.
And they mastered to bring him into their nonsense. Like they mastered it. All he had to do was back me up with the police or back me up if there was like someone, not someone, like, dude, they literally, one time, they made a fake, actually, no, I'm not going to repeat that one because I don't want to give ideas. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to give people ideas or reinforce the behavior. I just want to let it be known. All he had to do was back me up when I was trying to communicate that all of this harassment needs to stop, whether the police came. And I guess a couple of times they did, because one time a troll, I'm not going to say who, called the cops and said that Adrielle is having a physical altercation with her neighbor and their life is in danger. And so the cops showed up while I was live streaming to see if everyone was okay. And I explained this was a prank call from one of my viewers, crazy followers. And the neighbor backed me up and said, yeah, I'm totally fine. No, there's never been any sort of altercation or anything. She has a lot of people who keep making false calls to the house. And so, but it's like, I don't know. It's like, okay, you want to back me up in some cases where like an extreme case, but like engaging with them and live streaming with people like that only fuels their fire and makes it worse. And long story short, that's the type of nonsense that I had to deal with when I was living in New York. Pennsylvania, the people aren't like that here. They mind their own business and they don't know me, they don't bother me, and it's peaceful. I don't know why this city is so much different than New York, but it is. And I'm grateful to be in Pittsburgh because people in New York are fucking crazy. They're crazy. I don't know why people in New York are so crazy, but they are. And they entertain it. They entertain the bullshit. They feed into it. They're very like attention seeking. In Pittsburgh, it's like, oh, this is crazy. Those people are crazy. I feel bad. Blah blah blah. You seem really nice. Blah blah. Move on. And that's like only happened twice. In New York, it would happen like all the fucking time. I don't know if it's like a regional thing or what. But yeah, we were just on the topic of all the bullshit I've had to deal with and that I don't have to deal with living in Pennsylvania. Because again, yes, there's some trolls who live in Pennsylvania, for sure. But they don't behave like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's definitely some trolls. But that's like where it ends. So. I don't know what else to say other than I'm glad to be in Pittsburgh. Thank you, Anne. But yeah, I'm not going to be streaming on Favorite It Up until I receive an apology and sub chats. Sub chats and an apology. I'm done with Favorite It Up until I receive an apology and they enable sub chats so that I can grow. Wait, what was fun? Storytelling? Oh my God. If I didn't want to reinforce bad behavior, I would have so many stories. But when you react to the things that people do to you on the internet, it just reinforces that behavior. So I don't share those stories. One time in the last year, I shared a story and then it just leads to more of those actions. Lots of people are hitting me up to battle right now. And not until the app apologizes and enables sub chats. I need to protect myself and my streams. So I'm going to be building and making content. I want to. I would love to battle. I want to make money and do good, but I don't want to promote an app and make money for an app that treats me like dirt. Yeah. I can go on there right now, but I'm not doing it. I want to. I need to make the money. I'm a mom. And it's tempting. I'm not going to lie. But if they're rewarding trolls who harass me and all that shit, I can go live on YouTube. And if you guys want to send me gifts, send me gifts. But no. Yeah, because you guys want me to go on there. My Wi-Fi is still down. I don't understand why. Like, I can't even connect to Wi-Fi, dude. Is the Wi-Fi broken for you? Like, it's not working? It's not even connecting on my phone. It's crazy. Okay, love you, bye. Thank you, April. How many of you guys are new to my channel? I'm trying to grow on here and find new people, but it's really hard on YouTube. I'm stubborn. Once I make up my mind, I'm stubborn. My mom's right. I should go on there and stream and make money, but I'm stubborn. That's not a way to treat someone who's done so much for your app. You shouldn't treat someone that way. Thank you, Anne. This is the comment, or this is the first live stream where the comments are connecting and normal and human. Google what? YouTube is doing battles in certain regions right now. That's what I was told by Grok. I don't really know what that means though. Yeah, there's YouTube battles, but I don't know how to start them. I'd have to have a monetized creator to go live with to see if it would work. I don't know who any of the people are who post videos about Landon, if that's what you're asking. They did, yeah, Anne, and they sent it. Anne, can you DM on Instagram? I have to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. The thing with my YouTube channel is that I have not invested enough time into it. My YouTube would be 25% of what my TikTok was if I had been investing as much time on my YouTube as I have been on Favorite App. I literally sabotaged myself. I sabotaged growing this platform to battle on Favorite App. And I'm done sabotaging my platform for Favorite App. I have too much talent and too much support to be wasting my time with an app like Favorite App that does not respect me and my grind and my ambitions as a streamer. You have to remember, when you want to be a content creator, when you want to be an influencer, or you want to be a live streamer, you have to be ambitious. That's why so many people will support people like me chasing their dreams. And if an app doesn't support their streamer's ambitions and supports those who are trying to tear her down, that app is not for you. If you're going to try to tear down the influencers who make your app a fun community, a fun place, it's not for you. Until they show that they support the ambitions of their streamers, I'm not interested. And that they're grateful for all of the hours of work they put into it. And what's up with them not having a monetization program anyway? Every single app has a monetization program, whether it's for streamers or content creators. You have to have 10,000 on TikTok, 10,000 on Facebook, a few thousand on Kick or whatever, and Twitch. I think it's disgusting that they don't have monetization programs for their creators. Because it is a job to be a live streamer. It would be like working at a bar and not getting a wage and solely depending on tips. They should have ad revenue. They should have a monetization program. It's like you're sitting there for hours and hours, full-time, overtime, and you're not making anything. It's like crazy. The app isn't rewarding you or paying you like they should. They are a social media app. All major social media apps have monetization programs. They should have monetization programs for streamers with over 10,000 followers and so much watch time and engagement. Like, for example, hang on a second. To get monetized on TikTok, you have to have 3 videos in a 28-day period, 100,000 views, and 10,001 followers. Oh my God, I'm getting a text. Hi. We'll talk about all this after I do my teeth. Because the one TikTok is age restricted. And I don't know how to fix it, and I can't live stream on it. So I made another one, because that one's glitching. I submitted my driver's license, I'm actually gonna have an idea where MD Fashion Co goes live on Favorite It Out. Oh wait, oh hi. My live stream's in the bathroom. Okay. It's charging. Okay, good. I almost made one of those s'mores when I did. I love you.
Were you on downstairs? You went downstairs in a while?
Yeah, I went to go grab my water bottle. Mm. You can go live on Favorite It App and talk to me on YouTube. So I'll be live on YouTube while you go live on Favorite App and we have a discussion. And you play the audio on my YouTube while I play the audio of your favorite stream. I still refuse to go on Favorite It. Bubbles. I took a bubble bath. You would need a second device to play my audio. So basically a live stream where you listen to my live stream and I listen to your live stream. Hey, hang on, I have a hair on. Or you can do it on TikTok. It's like you would be talking to me on the phone. I'm not battling until they apologize and enable sub chats. Integrate subscriber chats. I know, and they don't have it in the first place if they're rewarding these bullies. You can join my YouTube as a guest. Or you can just go on favorited. I really don't want any association with favorited. I don't feel like holding it in my mouth for 30 seconds. I'm not in the mood. I already did the first mouthwash anyway. All right, I have to grab my chargers. I'm not bringing that app any more money. So if MD goes live on there, I'm not entertaining it. That was a dumb idea. I don't even know why I thought of doing that. I wish I could have another streamer up here give me their insight, but they're all on favorited, so I'm not participating in it. I'm not banned. I can go live on favorited app right now. I just won't be treated that way. For 2 weeks, what? No. He's live lying and saying that? I don't hear him talking about me. He's not talking about me. Yeah, and those views are going to stop because I'm not participating in Favorite App without an apology from the app and sub chats. And Heidi, you wonder why I block you. I see your comments. Kamara, thank you for the hot cocoa. Appreciate you guys. Or untap that and heart react to it. That's not true. Heidi's over there lying, saying that I got suspended, and that's not true. They said he was talking about me. He wasn't talking about me at all. He was talking about his stream. I was just going over there. I muted my mic to see if he was talking about me, and he wasn't. So you guys are just trying to get me on Favorite App, and I'm not going back there until they apologize. Okay, you're all getting muted. I appreciate you, Kalmar. Oh shit, Kalmar. I did not mean to mute you. I am so sorry. See if you're unmuted now in 10 seconds. Kalmar, thank you. I'm so sorry, Kalmar. That was a mistake. Maybe Empty Fashico can join my live stream as a guest. But and if any of you want to join, I can share a link and you can join one by one. I can open my live stream. I would just have to end it and get an invite link. But very disappointed in what they did. So thank you, Carrie. What did they do? On New Year's Eve, I streamed for 12 hours plus. I only made $196. I have a lot of haters who obsess over me, host live streams about me, all that stuff. They're evil. A couple of them started live streaming on Favorite App. and ride my coattails and shit and slander me and all that to get attention. And on New Year's Eve, over 12 hours I streamed. I was live with Empty Fashion Co. Little after midnight, I ended my live stream. Immediately after I ended my live stream, yeah, I know, Big 30 wasn't talking about me. And I'm not talking about him. Anyway, move on. Yeah, in my chat you can, Annie, you can send gifts in my comment section on YouTube. I don't know if you knew that. So anyways, immediately after I logged off, the owner gifted MD Fashion Co. and said Happy New Year because they didn't want to gift him while I was live with him because then they would have had to gift me and say Happy New Year's to me. And they didn't want the haters, the hate gifters to see. And it turns out they were actually gifting all the people I stream with and wishing them a Happy New Year except for me. And so I was very upset. And then I found out that they even gifted the 2 people who troll me and host hate live streams about me and wished them a Happy New Year. No, that guy is a streamer. It's terrible. I felt totally backstabbed, totally betrayed, and I've decided I'm totally off that app now until I'm treated with respect because I don't deserve that. I need to respect myself and not let an app who I promote for free, who I spend overtime hours working for, like, promoting and stuff, streaming, bringing as many people as possible, not to be treated that way. That's disgusting. If you're going to be an owner and you're going to gift people, you should gift everyone. I don't have another favorited name. That's a lie. Quit spreading rumors. So I'll return to favorite app when they apologize for making me look like a piece of shit and rewarding people who bully me and do sub chats. Because frankly, the app needs that so that I can grow and that my chat can grow. I know there's tons of people who would subscribe to me to chat on favorited app so that all those trolls cease to chat. Thank you, Carrie. So thanks for the gifts on here, guys. Appreciate you. Kalmar, Carrie, everyone who's been sending gifts, I appreciate you. I'm going to go live with Empty Fashion Co. on YouTube and discuss this. Kalmar, thank you for the clapping seal. And for the app to give trolls another reason, another excuse to cyberbully me and validate that behavior, they did it on purpose. They humiliated me and thought that I would just accept it and keep allowing that. It's super cute, Carrie. Okay, I have to end my live stream. So I'm going to be going live with MD now. Thank you,